So today, I wanted to play around with a little bit of some makeup and maybe some paint. I got this look, well let me show you the look. I got this look off of Pinterest. I thought it was super cool because it has like the makeup and it also has like the fire, which is like the art of it kind of. And so I thought I would just try that look. So if you want to see how it's going to look, then keep on watching. So I look really crazy right now, but I just decided to start my eyebrows off and then prime with the ColourPop concealer. And I'm going to jump into the Morphe 35O palette, and I'm taking this shade right here on an M5373. I just dug my finger in a shade, cool. And I'm just going to put that at the top of my crease just for a transition. I also did not set my eyes with translucent powder just because this is a very bright look, so I want to keep this bright. Next I'm going into the Morphe 35B palette, and I'm going to be taking this yellow right here, so very bright yellow, on an Morphe M433, and I also sprayed my brush a little bit so we can get like max pigment. I'm going to take this and I'm going to put this right, I'm going to pack it first. And I'm going to put this, I'm going to flick it out on the outer corner, and I'm going to take this shade all the way down. Once I start having that shade on there, that's when I'm going to start blending. I'm going to go into the Morphe M537 brush that I originally had, and there's still a little bit of product left on it, and I'm just going to take it and I'm going to blend out this yellow shade into that other transition shade that I had, just so it's more of a seamless blend and it's not as harsh. Next I'm going to be taking the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm going to be taking this shade out of the palette. I'm pretty sure this is called Creamsicle or something. I'm not 100% sure. And I'm taking the Morphe M518 brush out of the palette, and this is going to transition the yellow into the orange shade a little bit without it just being super blunt. Now I'm going to be going back into the Morphe 35B palette, and I'm going to be taking the orange shade out of this palette with a Morphe E17 brush, and I'm going to be packing this shade underneath the yellow shade, and I'm just going to be packing it right now to get the most pigment, and then we're going to blend it later. Now to continue blending and making it more seamless, I'm going to go with a Morphe M330, and I'm going to be just going back and forth between the orange and the yellow shades just as I see what color I believe should be added more. And then I'm going to be using the Morphe M139, and I'm going to be going into the yellow. And basically the idea of this is just to make sure that it is very seamless and you can still see all of the colors. Next we're going to go into like the last color kind of. These are like the three basic colors that we're going to be using, so this is like the last basic color, if that makes any sense. I'm going to be using the Morphe 3502 palette, and I'm going to be dipping into this red shade, not the sparkly one, the bold one, can't grab my brush. I'm going to go into this shade right here. I'm going to be using this Be Bella RG215 brush, and once again we're just going to be packing it. We're going to be packing it below the orange shade and blending as we see fit. It looks very, very messy right now, and on camera it looks just like an orange blob, but in person it doesn't look like that. But now I'm just going to be cutting my crease, and once we cut the crease we'll be able to see what we need to add and what we need to take away, really, just because without it being cut then we can't really see like the dimension. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so this is what it looks like now that it's cut. I'm going to be going back into the Morphe 35B palette. I'm going to be setting it with this white shade right here with a Makeup Designery 330 brush. It's just a flat brush. And I'm going to be setting that white shade with it just so we can get a bold white shade. I'm going to be going back into the Morphe 3502 palette and taking that red shade, and I'm going to be using it with a smaller, more detailed brush. This is the Morphe M149 brush, and I'm going to be putting it right over top where the concealer and the white powder mix with the colors. So now we can get a more vibrant red. To get more specific spots, I'm going to be going into this Crown Pro C527 brush. It's a very, very small detailed brush, you can tell my hands are really dirty because I got black eyeshadow everywhere. But I'm just going to be going in with this brush for more detailed areas. I just did a little bit of mascara and then did my winged eyeliner off the camera. And then I am going to be adding these lashes. These are the Flutter lashes in Ersatz. Yeah, Ersatz. And I'm just going to be putting these on with some Kiss Black Strip Lash Adhesive. So eyes are pretty much done for now. I still have to do the bottom lashes and then do some little touch-ups on the top. But I'm going to be going into primer. I'm taking the MAC Strobe Cream. I really fell in love with this primer. I used it once and it was just really nice and I liked it a lot. My current foundation routine is to take the NARS Luminous something foundation. Oh, Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation in the shade L2. And since this is a little bit too light for me, I take the Marc Jacobs Remarkable Foundation in 14 Ivory Medium. And I just do 2 pumps of the first one and then 1 pump of the second one. Or 1 little dot of the second one. Just because I don't typically like caking on a lot of foundation nowadays. I just kind of add where I need it and just go from there. And then I'm taking half of my beauty blender and I'm going to be wetting this and then putting my foundation on. For concealer, I'm taking the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Porcelain. Yes. And I'm just taking it on the back of my hand and I dip my beauty blender into it and then I just press it into the bottoms of my eyes. Next, I'm taking the Tarte Shape Tape and I'm going to be bronzing my face with this. This is in the shade Deep and I'm taking the other side of my beauty blender and then I am going to be contouring / bronzing my face. Next, I'm taking the Dermablend powder and I'm taking a damp beauty blender and I'm putting this on the places where I want my face to be most highlighted. So under my eyes, on the center of my forehead, on the nose, and on the chin. The next powder I'm going to be taking is the Hourglass Veil powder, and I'm taking it on the same beauty blender, but I did re-dampen it. And this is going to go on the rest of my face. I'm using this powder on the rest of my face just because I really like the effect that it gives me. The effect that it gives is it's not like a powdery look, if that makes any sense. It's supposed to be an illuminating powder, not like make your face like crazy sparkly or anything like that, but it's just a powder that gives you a nice like luminous cast rather than having that powdery look, if that makes any sense. Next, I'm taking the Maybelline Superstay Better Skin powder foundation in number 10 Porcelain, and I'm putting this on my face along as down my neck just to add a little bit of extra coverage and have a more airbrushed and seamless and freaking awesome effect. We're going to be bronzing up the face now. I'm taking my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and this is the light one. Now I'm going to be taking my MAC blush in Melba, and I'm taking it on this Morphe M530 brush and just blushing up the cheeks. I didn't want anything like too sparkly or too dark just because the eyes are such a bold statement. Just because I kind of thought it'd be a good idea. I'm adding the blush on this whole center of my face right here just because since I'm doing the little fire symbols, I thought it'd look kind of like cute if I did that and it'd make it look like I'm like flushed, you know. Okay, moving on to the lower lash line now. We're going to be jumping back into the Morphe 35B palette, and I'm going to be taking this orange shade, mixing it with the yellow on this Morphe M149 brush, and I'm just going to be using these two and then adding some red. So we're going to start off with these ones and then progress. So I decided to take the eyeshadow all the way to touch the top of the top eyeshadow, and then I'm going to be going into the red in the Morphe 35B palette, and this one right here. It's not as vibrant, but I think it just would look better on the lower lash line. And I'm also taking it with my Crown C527 brush, and I'm just going to be adding it on the outer corner and touching it super close to the black eyeliner. I'm going to do my highlight now, and I'm going to be using Ofra Rodeo Drive, and I'm going to be taking this Morphe B38 brush. I don't know why this brush is so good with my highlight. I think it's the bristles on it. It really like catches onto the product, but I really like this. I just sprayed my face. I used the Max Fix Plus Gold Light, and I used the Rainforest of the Sea 4-in-1 Setting Mist. So now we're gonna get into the fun stuff. Alright, so now for the flames, what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be taking a nude eyeliner pencil. This is Makeup Geek Full Spectrum Eyeliner Pencil in nude, and I'm gonna be drawing out the flames and how I want them to look on under my eyes. What I did basically was do some little like circle lines, and then as I went on, I just kind of morphed them to be more like spikes so they could look more like fire. And then we're gonna go in with some paint. I'm gonna do the yellow first. I'm gonna be taking the Wolf Face Art and Effects Essentials paint palette, and these are what the shades look like in here. And I'm going to be taking the yellow shade, and I'm gonna be spritzing it with some Evian mineral water that's like a spray, just because these are water activated. And then I'm going to be taking the Mud 330 brush, the one that I used for my white earlier, and I'm going to be taking off all of the white in it, and then I'm going to just fill in where I believe it should go. I'm going to grab a smaller brush. This is the Makeup Designery 930 brush, and I'm just going to be doing the same thing. Since now the yellow is kind of dried, or is in the process of drying, I'm going to take the red paint on this Makeup Designery 900 brush, and I'm going to be adding the outlines of the fire. As I'm doing the outline, when I was doing the yellow, I was trying to sort of make an outline. Start low, and then go, when you do your outline with the red, follow your imperfections, because that's what's going to help make it look the most realistic, kind of. That's what I kind of did with this one. I started this one low, this one a little bit higher, and tried to make the outline as it went down, but just kind of do like this one and just follow through as it goes. As the red is drying, I'm going to go back in with a little bit of the yellow. I'm not respraying it with anything. I'm just going off with what is left in here. And I'm just adding a little bit more, and then I'm going to go in with yellow. I'm going to go in with eyeshadow next, just to blend things. Okay, I'm going back into the Morphe 35B palette, and I'm taking the yellow shade with a Morphe M209 brush, and I'm just going to pat along the paint, and then also I'm going to go in and blend the lower lash line as well. Next I'm going to be going into the orange shade in the palette with the Morphe M506, and I'm going to be blending between the the red and the yellow to get more of the blended realistic effect. I'm also going to be tapping over the yellow with the orange with the M209 brush just to get it look more realistic, you know, and blended once again. I'm going back in with the M149 and I'm taking the red shade and I'm slightly going past the lines of the red paint to make it look a little bit more like diffused. Lastly, I'm just going to touch up the center of the fire with the yellow shade, just so I can still have that yellow pop through, just so it's not so red and orange. Running through some colored brow gel through my eyebrows to make them a little bit more darker as well as more defined. I just lined my lips with the NYX lip liner in Auburn SPL 801, and I'm going to be going over it with the Morphe liquid lip in Morphe. And yeah. So this is the finished look. I added Sandy Beach. It's a lipstick from Mud Makeup as well. And I added that in the center and then kind of blended it out just because I feel like I needed some like dimension in my lips as well. But yeah, this is pretty much the finished look. I'm actually really happy with it. It's like super cool and very out of my comfort zone. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!